Hello, and welcome back to Laura's Plans. So in today's video, we're going to go ahead and go through how I finally decided to set up the standard TN for December so that I can take time and prepare for the move into January and make the final decision as to which notebook I am going to start recreating my customized take a note planner system that I'm building for myself. So on that note, let's go ahead and jump in. First things first, I want to talk to you about what I decided to include and not include in this system. When I initially showed it to you just a couple days ago, I had talked about having the Midori undated monthly insert, the Midori undated weekly insert, and then this cut down A5 Stalogy within this book to use throughout December. And I started to play with the weekly layout for this week, and I realized that a lot of what I normally put on a weekly dashboard, I was putting in other places. So let me explain. I have moved gratitude, highlights, adventures big and small out of my everyday carry, so to speak, and decided to put it in the weeks that my daughter bought me. And I am absolutely in love with this idea. Every time I grab this notebook, it makes me happy. It makes me smile. It's in a cover that my family bought me. It's in a notebook that my daughter bought me. And so it really means something to me. So I moved those elements out and started to think about what I put on my weekly page. Other than calendaring events and some tracking that I was doing on both a weekly and monthly level, there's really not a lot else that goes in here other than the meals, the menu items. And so I felt like I was really getting to a level of duplication or redundancy with this. And I decided, you know what? It's okay. I'm going to take it out and see how it goes. So let me tell you what I'm going to do in this notebook, because in a subsequent video, I'm going to explain how this then works with this. But we're going to focus on the TN today. You'll have to stay tuned, maybe subscribe if you want to see what happens with the two, the iPad, the weeks, and this all together in one. So one of the things I do like having is a month on 2 page. When I am thinking about planning, scheduling, things like that, I always want to be able to come back and see like the big picture of the month. Now, granted, I can just pull up my calendar on my phone. I could pull up my calendar and my planner on my iPad. I can pull up my Outlook calendar that has all of my calendars on it. Anywhere I'm at, really, between my phone, my iPad, or my laptop, I have access to it. But I like having this as well. This is a comfort for me. Writing it down sort of solidifies it in my brain so that as I move into my days, I can refer back to it and say, oh yeah, I have a lot more time at the beginning of the week than I do at the end of the week, so on and so forth. So I have my monthly for December set up, and I will be using this more heavily because I've extracted the weekly dashboard. I am more of a daily planner and a big picture monthly planner than I am a weekly planner, if that makes any sense. So this is my insert that I will be using. Like I said, it's the undated Midori, and it works. Simple and easy. The main heartbeat of my everyday carry system then becomes my A5 Stalogy that I've cut down, and I'm going to mimic to some degree what I had set up in my take a note customized Stalogy that I had set up. So let's take a look at that. First things first, I did go ahead and set up a dashboard. This is just an indicator for me visually when I'm flipping through a book to know that I've come to a new month. Because I have the monthly separated, I will always want to kind of flip through my books. I love flipping through my pages, and I know where I'm at based on the dashboard. And it's pretty simple. It's just some decoration with a simple mini calendar that I draw out. Takes no time at all to do, and it also gives me a quick, easy reference point for where we're at in the month. The next page, unlike my Stalogy that I built, which would have been a month on 2 pages, because I have that, I went ahead and went straight to my goals and actions pages. So here what you're seeing is my December 2022 outline of goals. Now I do have a goal planner, and so what you're seeing here is kind of a summarized or short synopsis version so that I can come back and reference this easily and don't have to pull out my goal planner. We will go ahead and go through these together. On a personal level, I, in December, want to build definitive boundaries for my no spend of 2023. And the areas that I'm really going to focus in on are journaling and planners, clothing, and makeup. There were a lot of funds that flew out of my wallet this last year in those areas. And so I want to make sure that I really focus on that I'm definitive with myself about what are my boundaries. What am I allowed to buy? What am I not allowed to buy? What is plausible? What is not plausible? The other personal goal that I really want to work on is I'm setting myself a 30-day movement challenge. So I want to move for 30 minutes every day in the month of December. And so far, I'm doing so pretty good. My second goal for this month is on a family level. We're going to be setting up and playing a new campaign in D&D as a family. And so my husband and I are going to build a special D&D menu so that's fun and recreation, that's family. It kind of bleeds into both, but I think it's going to be great. We will select food that fits the environment in which we're campaigning. The second thing I want to do is take a Christmas lights drive, go around in town down near all the old Victorians and just gawk at the lights that are there. I just think it's so storybook every year, and I really want to do that. So that's one of our fun and recreation moments. The next area that I have is for learning, and I am going to be trying in the next year to receive my professional project manager certification. And so there's a whole bunch of stuff that I have to do for that, and I am going to continue in that process. I am actually studying for my exam and doing those things. So I'm going through and working through the different books and activities. So I'll be doing that in the month of December. For my relationships, this is my husband, one of the things I want to do, because we're going to have our children here. So that means we have dog sitters. I want to schedule a getaway night for us, an intimate night or weekend that we can go and get away, maybe rent a cabin and just have a nice secluded weekend together. So that's something that I'm going to work on. I also, for my home environment, need to decorate for Christmas. Yeah, I know. Some of you already have it all done. I haven't even started. It will happen this week, hopefully. Cross your fingers. Anyway, I need to decorate for Christmas. And then as I'm decorating, I want to clean out any of the excess decorations that we've accumulated that we don't really use anymore and donate those to our local charitable organization. On a financial level, I'm continuing with my 10% of my salary savings, 10% of investing, and by the end of December, I want to have the spring semester college tuition paid. So that's another of the financial goals. And then on a health level, I really drop off really, really drop off drinking my water in the winter, and it's probably when I need it the most. So I am going to track my hydration every day. My goal is 90 ounces or more, but I'm going to track that on a daily basis. I also want to try to have at least 2 vegetarian meals each week, just to increase our vegetables, good fibers, good, veg-based proteins, things like that, just to kind of balance our diet a little bit more. And then the other thing, and this is going to be hard, but I need to start making sure that I eat a breakfast every single day. I don't want to eat it first thing after I wake up, but by 10 a.m. I need to have some protein in my system or else I crash. So like some protein and some healthy carbohydrate mixtures, not really, breads or bagels, which I adore, but I need to kind of balance the sugar levels. And so I need to make sure that I'm eating breakfast by 10 a.m. So that's something I am putting on my goal for December, is to have breakfast every day. On my action steps for this week, what I then do is take a look at this and break them down into smaller pieces. So my action steps, I'm going to define specifically my boundaries for planners. I am going to walk 4 times in this next week and do yoga twice. And I'm going to try to hit a step goal of 10K a day. Now, I said 30-day movement challenge. One of the days why I don't have one on here is my house cleaning day. And trust me, that's a workout. So this next week, I know that I'm going to be doing a really big deep clean as I get decorations out and start putting up Christmas. So I'm counting that as one of my movement days. For professional, I have the chapters that I'm going to be reading and the activities. For my relationship, I'm going to research options for cabins that we can rent for a weekend or even during the middle of the week while we're on vacation together. For my home environment, I'm going to be pulling in Christmas boxes and putting up the tree and deep cleaning the house. For financial, I have my date in which I'm going to make my transfers and pay tuition. And then for my health, it's 2 meals that are vegetarian. I'm going to track my hydration on a daily level, and I'm going to actually record what I ate for breakfast and the time I ate it to see if that crash that I've been having kind of midday is abated by those actions. So that's my December goals, my actions for week 49, so December 5th through the 11th. And those are all mapped out. So now what I do on a daily basis is evaluate, what does my workday look like? What does my personal schedule look like? And what actions can I fit in on each day? And I do that by putting them directly into the daily, the morning of. The other thing that I do is I put in my intention statements every single morning. These are the things just for me mentally, physically, emotionally, I want to focus on to ensure that I am meeting my goals and my actions and what I need to adjust in myself in order to make that happen on that day. So that's my system. The other thing that I do, and I built in here, is my habit and routine trackers and then my sleep step. And I'm going to record also my overall feeling for the day on this tracker. So did I have that crash midday, or did I make it through the whole day feeling energized? I'm going to give myself kind of a quality score. So on a scale of 1 to 100, how did I feel? Was I in the 80s and 90s and feeling like I was firing on all cylinders, or was I in the 50s and struggling all day long? So that's going to happen on this page. The dailies are the dailies. I will come in, I'll write my intention statements. I'll put in the action steps that I want to take care of, plus any other life to do and tasks, and still have room to notate or basically, jot down things that are happening in life. So that's it. This is officially how I'm going to be using my standard TN for the month of December. I took the basic ideas and premise that I had built in my Take a Note style Stalogy, but expanded them and extracted some points even further, and then also minimized some areas because this really is a redundant element that I don't need at the moment. So that's it. That's how I'm going to use my standard TN. Stay tuned throughout the month of December to see how this goes. Next week, we'll set it up together and go from there. Next week, I thought I would do my goals and action steps live with you and then set up my daily pages. But tomorrow, I want to go ahead and give you a sneak peek. We're going to be talking about my digital planner and how I'm going to use that and blend it in with all the different elements that are definitely going to be used in December, and we'll work through this together. So I hope you'll stay connected and watch that as well. I think the blending of analog and digital is going to be amazing, and I'm really looking forward to it. So thank you all for your kind comments and all of your camaraderie regarding my socks and stocks mishap. I think that by the end of this month, I'll know which one of these books I want to go into. As I said, Stalogy, Bullet Journal, or MShoy. Not really sure. I mean, I have more of all of these on the shelf, so I definitely can. This alone would probably get me through the whole year. I have lots of options. I'm very blessed in that. And I'm looking forward to moving into this next phase. So thank you so much for watching, and I will see you tomorrow.